Here we go. Good morning. Here we are. We're actually recording this on Thursday afternoon. We're coming to you by recording. So this is our weekly real estate know-how from Keller Williams Southwest. Linda Day has been my co-host for the month of April, and she's also the champion for charity in April, and the charity of the month has been the East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry, and we did several things about them. We've done the empty bowls, but we as in Keller Williams Southwest are partnering with East Fort Bend to do. I don't know how many times have we done one of
the shredding hunger.
The shredding hunger.
I think this might be it's either fifth or sixth time we're doing this.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's a week from this Saturday, right? May 4th.
Correct, May 4th.
Okay. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the shredding hunger while Norman, which we're going to get to one of the charities that Norman is. Are you in charge of it, Norman, or?
Well, I am actually not in charge of the, you mean the MS?
The MS 150.
Well, the MS 150, Joe Rothschild, when he joined the office, he started the Keller Williams cycling team to ride in the MS. And so I had ridden already twice in the MS when Joe finally opened up his team, and I joined his team, and I was riding as a rider. A few years right after that, I said, well, let me help y'all guys with it. You know, they were struggling a little bit with it, and I was a little bit more experienced rider, and I became one of their assistant captains after that. And then ever since then, I've been kind of leading the charge and just keeping Joe filled in on what needs to be.
Yes, I was going to say I don't think I've ever met Joe Rothschild, but I know every year you got your pictures out and all the people's pictures. And so, Linda, I know we're going to talk about the shredding hunger, but that's tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? Oh, it's
this Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday. Mm-hmm. So, Linda, you're on the team this year, right?
I am.
Norman, like dragging you, kicking and screaming or something?
He's not. I am. This will be my second time doing the MS 150.
Oh gosh.
So it's just it's a little daunting right now.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like more than a little daunting to me. How many miles is it?
It could be right up to about 180 miles. I think because we're stopping short of getting into Austin, I think it's like 175 miles right now.
Oh gosh, only 175 miles.
Like, what am I doing? This is actually my 11th one. I never expected to do 11, you know, so I'll keep doing it as long as I can still do it.
That's great. So how long do you guys, when do you start practicing?
Most of us don't start practicing until the beginning of the year. I ride throughout the year. So brand new riders, they get their bikes over, you know, the holidays. And then as weather permits, we start riding.
And this year it's been a little, the training's been a little spotty because the weather's been so bad.
It's a lot of rain and rainstorms and all that.
A lot of rain and rainstorms.
Yeah.
So,
and it stayed cold for a while too there, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really rough. And it's been like with every rider, it's not just in our office here. They said they haven't been able to ride because of the, you know, it's been wet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean for Saturday? Does that mean it's going to be a lot harder, or does that mean anything?
It's just going to be a little bit more tough because I'll just slow everybody down a little bit, and we're not going to be racing in. We'll just take a little bit longer before we get in, and we'll be a little bit more tired when we get done.
So where do you stop and spend the night on Saturday night?
There's a midpoint between here and, well, it's not actually a midpoint. We're a little bit closer to Austin by that time, but it's called LaGrange. It'll be the LaGrange, I think it's called the campgrounds or something.
The fairgrounds.
You know, and so we'll stop there. We get to, you know, it's not roughing it up. We have a tent there that we rent from other spot. We rent a little spot from other teams that we'll take our team into, and we'll just
Is that a pretty big tent then, that you're renting a spot inside somebody else's tent? When
Yeah.
I think tent, I don't think room enough to rent a spot within it. So.
These tents are like circus tents,
Oh,
they're
okay.
humongous. So a lot of teams that rent a big tent, then they end up renting little space to smaller teams.
Well, how cool is that? I had no clue. I
Yeah.
thought you at least spent the night in a hotel or something on the way, but
Some of the lucky ones do. So,
God.
Yeah, a few of the team members are, myself included. So
Oh.
they're not gonna rough it out. They're not gonna rough it out.
I know.
So Norman's going to stay in the tent.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with all our riders, just make sure that everybody's good.
So how many riders do you have?
Well, out of this office, I believe we're ending up with 6 riders
Oh,
riding out of
okay.
here. The team this year is about 21 in total. We have swelled up to about 54, 56 at one time.
Oh my
It's a
God.
little hard to support everybody then. Hopefully we'll get to grow again as the years go by and the economy gets a little bit better.
So yeah, because I think I love being around the office before the MS 150 because you've got a kind of all a buzz there about what all's going on. I love that. Love that. So that's awesome. So is Kimber joining you this year?
No, she decided not to join this year. Her business has kept her so busy. But she is coming up there to support us, to bring us back.
Oh, that's good.
I know.
I guess it never occurred to me to ask, how do you get home? Because if you ride a bicycle to Austin, then how do you get back to Houston?
I was always telling everybody, they go like, how are we getting back? I go like, we're riding back. And they go like, no, we're not riding back. I go, but it's all downhill now, so.
Well, that does sound cool. And this bike ride, which is 175 to 180 miles, is from Houston. Do you have a starting point in Houston?
Now, Joe has a very special starting point. We don't start with the other riders. They start at 3 different stadiums. So he's got us starting at a special start. He pays for a motorcycle escort to escort us to the route. Just get a nicer start instead of, bumping elbows with 13,000 riders somehow, So.
Well, cool. Is that how many people will be riding? 13,000?
Well, we never know what the end result is until the ride actually gets started, but it normally tops off somewhere around 13,000.
Yeah, I think they cap it at 13,000. They won't let any more than that ride.
Oh, wow.
It's a little tough. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. So that's this weekend, and then let's go to next weekend, and that will be the Shredding Hunger. And that's the beginning of May, so we'll have a new champion for charity next week, and that will be Kimber Z from the Kimber Z team. So so that charity of the month is Shredding Hunger the charity of the month, or what is the charity of the month? Do you know, Linda?
For May, it's Child Advocates.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Child Advocates is the charity of the month. Kimber's the champion. And this is the first event of the month, though. This is the Shredding Hunger. And the charity for Shredding Hunger is Eastport Human Needs Ministry. So, yay. So Norman, why don't you want to tell us a little bit about Shredding Hunger?
No, I think Linda would actually do better.
Okay, well then let's let Linda then.
Okay, so Shredding Hunger is something that Keller Williams Southwest puts on. Like I said, we've done it, I think at least 5 times before. It's on May 4th this year. We tried to pick a day after tax day. This is the first day that we could get the Pro Shred truck here. So it happens in our parking lot here at 1650 Highway 6 South. It'll be from 11 to 2, and what we're doing is we'll shred your papers for free. So, fill your car up, and then for every box or bag of shredding, we ask you to donate a bag of food for Eastport Bend Human Needs Ministry, and it'll help them fill the pantries for the summer. They get a lot of kids that don't get lunches anymore or breakfast at school, so there's a lot more need for food in the summertime. So anyway, we do this to kind of give back to to East Fort Bend, and then also to, help the community out by giving them a place to shred their papers.
And giving them an opportunity to give food. So
Right. Right.
it is a great experience. I've been there for several of them with my phone, doing the videos and the Facebook Lives. And it's amazing to watch. And I mentioned this last week, I think. It's amazing to watch this steady stream of cars get off Highway 6, come through the parking lot there where the Keller Williams Southwest office is located. And they pull up and there's this giant truck with a shredder on the side. I'd never, ever watched paper that big being shredded. And they honestly just put the garbage can or the can under there and it sucks it up in there and just shreds it. So if you've got all your tax papers, your taxes are all done, you didn't file an extension like I did, and you've got all this paperwork, or you just want to clean out your office, this is a great way to, instead of sitting by that little shredder that you might have in your office, which takes a long time. I've tried it. You bring it all in, just give it to these people that have the shredding truck, and they will shred it. In exchange, all you do is bring some food. So go through your cupboard and pick out some stuff, not stuff that you don't want necessarily, or not stuff that's been in you're trying to clean out your pantry. Bring some good stuff, but non-perishable stuff.
Yeah, non-perishable goods. I mean, a lot of things that the pantry really needs are, little fruit cups that you can buy, the individual fruit cups. Peanut butter is a big thing. I always try and donate toiletries because if you get food stamps, you're not allowed to buy toothpaste with that or detergent. So, and people always need that kind of thing.
And it's expensive.
And it's expensive, right? But in the summer, certainly anything that a kid would want to eat is a good thing to donate. The fruit snacks or crackers, peanut butter crackers, things like that.
That's a great idea. I hadn't thought. I always think green beans and things like that. But that's a great idea to get the snacky kind of stuff because kids are hungry in the summer. They go outside and play, and they come in, they want a snack. So that's a great idea, Linda. Thank you for sharing those.
And with the Shredding Hunger event too, like, Sandy was describing how it works, and you don't even have to get out of your car. Well, we're going to have agents there that will take your shredding items, and you can sit there and watch it be shredded. And then we'll have volunteers from East Fort Bend there as well, and they'll be glad to take your canned goods or your non-perishable goods, and they'll have a truck there and loading that truck up. And last year, I think we had, 25,000 pounds, or I can't remember how much food.
That's over 2 tons. Over 2 tons of food. That's awesome.
I know. I've watched of donations. We'll take monetary donations as well.
Okay. I hadn't thought of that, but that is good. There are things that you can't necessarily take from your pantry, but you could give cash. And I've watched it. Just like it's fun to watch the papers going up in the shredder, it's also fun to watch all the food. So this big truck starts out fairly empty, and before the day's over, you have just food piled the entire length of the truck. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. So it's always fun to be around all the people who get so excited and help. And the thing I love about Keller Williams Southwest is their volunteer spirit, of course. Giving where we live. That's the motto of the office. And that's exactly what you see in the agents there and the other staff and the people that work there. The business owners. So we're all business owners. So Linda, in the summertime, kind of what does East Fort Bend look like in the summertime? Do they go out to where do they go to give out the food, or people come in there to get the food?
People come in there to get the food. In the summertime, it's really pretty busy, and you have a lot more people showing up for food. When you come to East Fort Bend, it's you have to be designated in a certain zip code. It's East Fort Bend County. So if you live in East Fort Bend County, you can go to East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry, and the pantry is open Tuesday from 10 to 1:30, Wednesday evening from 6 to 8, and Thursday and Friday 10 to 1:30. So and we get a lot of people coming to volunteer. A lot more kids there in the summertime. They participate in things during the school year called Backpack Buddies, where the schools identify kids who may be at risk for not having food over the weekend, and the nurses will slip some food into their backpack. So That's where the name Backpack Buddies comes from. So nobody else has to know, and the kids can go home and they've got food for the weekend.
That's great.
Yeah, and so we provide food. We help out Lunches of Love. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I've heard of that, yes.
Yeah, Lunches of Love, well, we give them food as well. And then also senior sacks for senior citizens. The Meals on Wheels also they come swing by East Fort Bend and pick up stuff to take out to the seniors and donate. That's why the individual packs sometimes are good to have in the summertime.
Yeah, that would be great. I hadn't thought about that either. So if you get one of those giant bags of crackers or chips or something like that, then you can bring out the little individual bags to put in their backpacks. And that's great. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and we give out a lot of fresh fruit and produce. A lot of the churches were supported by area churches, and they have community gardens. So they will come and donate their bounty, and a lot of gardeners do as well. And then, of course, we get food from the Houston Food Bank. I always say the Houston Food Bank is like the mothership. It's over all of the different food pantries around Houston.
That's great. I'm so excited that we do that as a city, that we do that we take care of people that live here. So, Linda, how long have you been a volunteer with East Fort Bend?
I've been a volunteer probably for about 11 years.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is great. So to keep that up, plus your real estate business and everything else, I know that's a challenge. So thank you for doing that, because I think that's remarkable.
Yeah.
And we have one more event we want to talk about, right, Norman?
I think there's two more.
Two more. Okay.
Yeah. So let's.
So Red Day, was that we want to start with Red Day? What's the other one?
It will be Red Day, and then the day after Red Day is.
There's Red Day.
Our blood drive.
Oh, the blood drive. That's true. I forgot we were having a blood drive.
Yeah.
So, so what day is Red Day? May 9th. Well, that is the day after. May 9th. So this is the second Thursday of May every year. Is that right?
It's May 9th of every year. It's in honor of Mo Anderson's birthday. They always.
So it's always on May 9th. Okay. So, which one of you wants to explain who she is and why we do Red Day?
I'll do the blood drive if you do the Red Day.
Okay. So Red Day is it's a national Keller Williams event, and what it is that all of the offices all over the country go out and donate their time that day to a different charity. So this year we are helping the Boys and Girls Club out in Richmond. We're going out there and we're going to put on a carnival for them. So they get to come out, and they've got rides and games and candy and, just all the fixings of a carnival. Those kids don't get a chance to experience that very often. So it'll be a lot of fun.
That does sound like fun.
Put something like that off, and a lot of money too. So we're looking for donations. If anybody wants to donate, if you have a company that wants to donate, we'll be glad to take it. And it'll be a good time. I think it gives a chance for the agents to kind of put their business aside for one day and focus on what's really important, which is helping other people.
So that is the one charity that you guys are working with this year then for Red Day.
Yes, yeah.
Because I know some years you've divided up and had one group one place and one group another, but that's incredible. So a big carnival for the Boys and Girls Club. That's awesome. And that's in Richmond. The Boys and Girls Club is in Richmond.
Yes, that's one we're going to work with, is the one in Richmond. And I know in the past we've done it mostly because a lot of the charities in this area just don't have something that all of our agents could work out.
Right.
We have such a big office. That's why. So, but with this, if you can't come in the morning, maybe you can come in the afternoon and help. In the morning you'll certainly be setting it all up and everything, and then in the afternoon or early evening is when the carnival will be happening.
So what time will the actual carnival start?
I'm not sure. I think maybe 4:00, but I
think it's 4:00.
Okay, so later in the afternoon. That does sound like fun. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So Red Day, explain what Red Day means, the words there beneath it, Linda.
Renew, energize, and donate. So renew is, like I said, it just kind of gives you a chance to renew your your energy and your soul, your focus, and to, energize the community, energize a charity. Over the years, we've done so much to help different charities, and a lot of times they never would have been able to get a project done if it hadn't been for us coming in to help them. And then obviously we're donating our time and talents and money to it.
And because I remember a couple years ago, maybe even last year, going to the Fort Bend dog place, the animal shelter place. And what you guys did was like amazing. You built a whole building for them to store the food and whatever else they needed a place to store. And then the thing that was amazing to me was watching all these people walking dogs up and down the road. I mean, you just saw these dogs with people holding on and walking them. I thought that was the coolest thing. So,
and I think they built a covered pavilion as well, didn't they?
I think so. A lot of work went into that, I can tell you, because I saw what it looked like in the morning, and I saw what it looked like just a couple hours later. It already looked like a brand new place. So I can't wait to see what you do with the Boys and Girls Club. That's incredible. That's exciting. Giving where we live. So all of this is done in Fort Bend County by the Keller Williams Southwest office, which has over 500 agents. So to find a charity where 500 agents can go and work, that's a challenge. And you have people that are in charge of it that handle and manage and get it all set up. And then the others come and volunteer for the day or for however long they can. That's great.
Right.
That's exciting.
So after that, then we're doing what? The blood drive, Norman?
And now, the blood drive is you.
All right. So once a year, right after Red Day, we have a blood drive here in the office. It's called Giving from the Heart. Okay. So basically, you work physically during Red Day, and then you give your blood, from the heart. So.
Well, that's awesome. So, I mean, there's just so many ways that you guys. So first through, they can shred their paper. They can give food to the East Fort Bend. They can go give their time to help the kids with the Boys and Girls Club. And then finally, last, let's give your blood. So that's exciting. That's great. That's fun. And that's funny too, to kind of think that really you're giving your entire self that way, from one bringing your papers to giving your blood. So very, very exciting. So, and then we'll talk more next week when we have the Keller Williams Southwest Real Estate Know-hoW. We'll talk about the child advocates and there'll be the charity of the month for the month of May, and you'll find out all about them. But in the meantime, let's get to bring the paperwork in to be shredded, bring food. And I know I've heard Kimbra say, Linda, that it's a great opportunity for some of the agents there to go through their neighborhood and collect food and give them, it's like a marketing kind of thing as well, because you get to tell them who you are and what you do and find out how you can help them. I love that. I love that in my neighborhood, and I live in Cypress. A house sold across the street from me a few weeks ago, and it was a Keller Williams agent, and I got a call a few days later that says, "Hey, this is a Keller Williams agent in the area. We just sold a home real close to you. Are you thinking about it?" And we are. So it worked out great. Yeah. So I love how this all works. Thank you guys for being here today to share this. This is amazing. Everyone there at the office, from Chad, who is the team lead for the group, the CEO of this group, all the way, and I don't mean all the way down, but all the way across to the people the receptionists and the people who do whatever they do there. It's a huge office, and it takes each person there to make it work as efficiently as it does. And I've just been in awe of this whole office the whole time I've worked there. So it's been amazing. So thank you guys for sharing today with everybody.
Well, thank you, Cindy. I've enjoyed being on here this month.
Yay, me too, Linda. So any last word do you want to say to your end of the month, your grand hurrah?
Yeah, no, just, I'm grateful, to God for the opportunity to help. And, part of the reason I love Keller Williams so much is because of their mission statement, which is God, family, work. And, and they truly do live that mission. So
I absolutely agree. That's all I've heard in the 4 years that I've been there. So, Norman, any last thing from you? Any words of encouragement to your writers for Saturday?
Hey, we will have some tailwind.
just pray for tailwinds, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's awesome. So we'll be keeping up with you. You'll be posting on social media, I guess, throughout the trip. You
We
normally
will.
do. So yeah, can't wait. I'll be watching, and as you post something, I'll share it. I won't be writing with you for sure, but I'll be sharing your post. So thank you
All right,
both very
Sam.
much. And Norman, thanks for being our technical support for the month. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
Been great to see you guys every week. So see you guys next Friday for Keller Williams Southwest Real Estate Know-How.